Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm taking a look at 6 products from Amazon that cost me $10 or less, all of them by request. So let's get right to it in today's video. This is the Pop the Top bottle opener. This has been around for a while. I've gotten requests for it over the years, so I figured I'd finally do it. Let's first take a quick at the overview and then get started. This is Pop the Top bottle opener. Let's crack it open. All right, here we go. Not much to it. Very simple device. I paid $8 for this. The claims are that there's no twisting or bottle openers needed, sleek design, and easy and fun. On Amazon, those who liked the product said that it's a great gift idea, good for beer and soda bottles. Doesn't damage the cap if you collect them, and the geek factor is pretty high. Now, those who did not like this said that it does damage the caps and does not work every time. A few people said that you actually have to do it a couple times to get the cap off, so we'll have to see about that. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's kind of interesting. And there's a spring action. It's very springy in there. I've watched a few videos of people using this. They said it takes a little bit of getting used to, but not a lot. So I've got 6 different bottles here and see how it goes. 3 different sodas and 3 different beers. And the instructions don't really say much. It just says to, push down and pull up. It doesn't say to push it hard. It doesn't say to push it fast. It just says to push it. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, first up, strawberry soda. Let me see, when I just first put it on there, I can feel it kind of grab a little bit already. So there's definitely a grabbing action. It doesn't seem like it matters what direction it goes. Push down. Ooh. Oh wow, it worked. It worked the first time. That's always nice when that happens. It worked the first time. How about some Bulldog root beer? Some people were kind of showing off online when they go fast, it kind of flings out of there. I don't know if that's desirable or not, but some people seem to like that. So I'm gonna go fast. It did pop out, so I mean, I guess that has a dramatic effect to it. Very nice. Let me try this one. Oh, that's pretty, I'll be drinking that one. All right, let's go with the classic here. Here we go. I can see why there's something oddly satisfying about the cap flying off like that. But if you do it more slowly, it doesn't do that. Let's move on to the more serious drinks and see what the Pop the Top can do with those. Voodoo Ranger IPA. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna go slowly again on this one and see what happens. So right now it's working exactly as it's supposed to, so I have no complaints about it. It's perfect. We got 2 more to go. The Two-Hearted Ale. Let's try that one. Can you do it without being on a table? That's something that I'm not sure about. Let's try. Oh yeah, no problem. Anybody want a beer? Beer? Here. There you go. It's not every time that I use a product that it works right out of the gate. The first time this one did, so you can debate whether you would need something like this. I know that there's some people that probably would, especially people with strength or hand problems, but it definitely works. There was some discussion about whether they damage the caps or not. It definitely is not perfect, so there is a little bit of a mark there on this one. This one actually looks pretty good. That one might have a little bit of a scuff there. I guess it might just kind of depend. You might just get lucky or unlucky, I guess. So it looks like it might damage them a little bit, but not always. All right, it's time for the Sofa Stud. I paid $10 for this one. The claims are this: no spills, resist bumps and bounces, a 3-inch opening, holds most cans and bottles. Those who liked it said it's simple, effective, allows you to have a drink on the couch without worrying about spills. Most of the cons were people that said that it was too small for some types of glasses or bottles. It does not work with mugs. So really all it does is you just stick it in there and it supposedly holds your drink in place. Let me try some different drinks in here. I had one of these left over from my recent video of Tasty Tabs. I'll try some more rigorous tests, but right now I'm just trying can sizes. A water bottle, that'll fit, yep. Can of soda, no problem. Kind of a larger glass here. The glass fits. I don't know if I'd still do that or not, because you still could spill a little bit. How about some Bourbon County beer? Oh, that fits too. Not that you'd sit on the couch and sip this. How about something that's kind of square, like this tea? Oh, that's not fitting. That's not gonna work. A larger tumbler, that's not gonna fit either. Now it's fine when there's no one sitting there, but in my couch when I sit down, the cushions kind of create more of a gap. So it's not quite as sturdy when I'm sitting here. Let's see what happens when we have 2 people sit on the couch. My lovely assistant Bailey is gonna help me today. You open a can of soda here. Is it okay? All right. There you go, we have a live drink here. Let me take a sip of it. All right, this is not a simulation, this is an actual drink. And that can be spilled. I like the fact that you can just have it right there with you. Because normally I have a coffee table that's not close, so I have to kind of lean forward. This is pretty handy. Let me try getting up and sitting back down and see what happens. Ew. Oh, well, it didn't spill. I don't know if Bailey's impressed yet or not. She's not convinced. I put my hand there, but I didn't hold it. All right, it didn't spill. I'm kind of moving around here. She's getting excited. Bailey, I'm not playing with you. I'm kind of bouncing up and down. Oh. Now Bailey's gonna spill it. Oh, great. This wasn't really what I had in mind. That might have been an extreme example with Bailey flopping around, but I do like the idea that it can just sit right there in your couch. As long as you're not moving around too much. Depending on your cushions, I mean, some cushions are kind of always pushed really tight together. Some kind of pull apart when you're sitting down. Mine tend to pull apart when you're sitting down, but it's good enough. I just spilled it when I did that. So as you can see, the can is tilted a little bit. It's not completely vertical. It is moving a little bit as I move around, but it's not really spilling. So while I do think that this works, I'm not sure that I would just leave it unattended. I'm not sure I would just plop down with my drink there. If you have realistic expectations, this is actually a pretty good idea. What do you think, Bailey? Bailey. So hitting the cushion doesn't do much. That's what they're showing in some of their videos. But when you sit down, the cushions kind of change how close they are together. That seems to change things. There's definitely a gap there where it's not tight. So you have to be kind of aware of that. But overall, it is quite convenient. I'm probably gonna keep using it. This is a knife and cutlery cleaner that I paid $7 for. You insert your cutlery through there and clean it on both sides at the same time. The claims are that safely cleans sharp blades, wraparound design. Those who purchased this on Amazon who actually liked it said it works well in most silverware. Nice compact design and safe way to clean sharp knives. Those who did not like it though said that it didn't clean very well, or it would have been better if you could squeeze it together, which you really can't. All right, this is a knife, silverware, cutlery cleaner. And the other side of my sink, I've got some silverware that's been used. This is not fake used silverware. This has actually been used around the house. I told everybody to put their silverware in the sink. I will clean it later. There were no instructions, no, pretty much nothing. It just came in a bag, so I don't have a lot of information about this. Reading over the Amazon reviews, people were saying they wish you could squeeze it, which you can't. It's hard, so that would make sense if you could squeeze it, but you can't. It has high ratings, but there were people complaining about it, so we'll see what happens. Taking a clean knife here, I mean, really all you're supposed to do is just put it in there, and then the knife's gonna get ideally clean on both sides. I was thinking it might work well with a fork because a fork's going to get in between there. So it seems like a good idea, but will it actually work? Let's find out right now. All right, first up, this knife was used to cut a cupcake. So it's got a little bit of stuff on there. Let me just dip it in the water and see what happens. All right, inserting into the knife cleaner. I still got a little bit of stuff there. Let's see. I don't see anything on there. It looks pretty clean. Let's keep going. Let's try a fork now. I think this fork was used to scrape something out of a container. That's what that's for. So let's try it out. Got a little bit there still. It would be nice if you could squeeze it together though. But you know what though? It actually did a pretty good job. I'm gonna say that actually worked. This knife was used to cut a hard-boiled egg in my Eggy test, so I'd left that in there overnight. This has been sitting for 24 hours. I got some egg bits on here still. A little bit of egg bits. I'm kind of like turning it, maybe just if I can get it that way. All right, well, yeah, that kind of worked. All right, twist method worked. I think it's pretty good. I think. All right, my favorite, peanut butter. Whoever put that in there did a good job of not cleaning up after themselves because I asked them not to clean it off. They didn't. I'm gonna clean this off too. Let's see what we got here. I guess it worked. It seemed to kind of work. Yeah? No? Somewhat? What about a large knife? Would it even fit in there? Almost fits in there. There's a little bit left over, but I guess that would kind of work. So in the end, I like it. I don't know if I love it, but I like it. If you could squeeze this together, that would be very simple. You could just put a different material right there. If you could squeeze this together, it would make this a really nice product. As it is, it's kind of borderline for me. I'm a little bit on the fence about this one. How about the Xpand no-tie shoelaces? One size fits all, adults and kids. One thing about the Xpand laces is that there's two different configurations where you can have them on the inside where they're kind of hidden, or on the outside, and I'm gonna try both of those out. And here we are. They have a bunch of different colors. I got white because it'd be easy to see on camera. I'm gonna do it on a pair of new black shoes just for demonstration purposes, and it's like you have your laces and these anchors here. The claims are that it works for everyone. Elastic no-tie laces adjust to your size. No need to adjust. Those who like this on Amazon say it's stylish, more attractive than other no-tie designs, doesn't get caught in bicycle gears, good for people who have difficulty tying their shoes. Those who didn't like it, they said that some people said the plastic anchors would actually dig into their feet. Others said it was difficult to install. All right, here we go. I've actually replaced the laces on these shoes. I put white ones on here just so it'd be easier to see. I have one going under so I can hide them on the inside, and one going over so I can put them on the outside. Tried both ways. So they give you 4 each of these. These are end caps for when you do the outside configuration. These are the anchors for any configuration. So here we go. I'm gonna put my foot in there because that's how you're kind of supposed to do. I already kind of adjusted these to about where I want them. So what we're supposed to do here is go in this center hole first. And then we go through the other hole. And then we put it through that opening right there. And there it goes. Now doing the other side, kind of want this a little bit tighter. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit, pulling that and reducing the slack. There were people that said these were hard to install. It's not that difficult once you watch the installation video. I'm not finding it too difficult. Of course, I haven't finished yet either though. All right, that feels like a good tension. The next step is to cut this off, and you want to make sure you have the right length. So they suggest kind of loosely tying it. The only reason you're tying it is not for tension, but to kind of get the laces out of the way. So just kind of loosely tie it. Walk around for a little bit and make sure that's the right tension. Now we're going to go with the inside configuration in there, which they call, I believe, stealth mode. Same idea, really. You're just on the inside instead of the outside. So through the middle one. I'm going to take my foot out of there for this one. It feels a little bit cramped in there doing it on the inside, but maybe it'll be worth it. We'll see. All right, there they are. Install on the inside, install on the inside. I'm not going to cut these yet because I'm not sure I'm going to like it. So once again, I'm just going to tie this loosely for a day on the outside, just until I'm sure, and then we'll cut these tomorrow. After wearing this for about 24 hours and taking a couple walks with it, I actually made some adjustments, so I'm ready to move forward. The shoes with the outside configuration, you're supposed to put these end caps on. So let me grab 2 of these out. There's not much to these. So what they say to do here is to give yourself about 1 inch and then cut it right there. Now next what they say to do, I'm a little surprised about, is they say to singe it with a flame. I don't have a small lighter, so this is all I got. Okay, now end cap time. So really it just goes through that opening and just like that. There it goes. All right, this side's done. This is all you can do there is just kind of push it back out of the way, you're good to go. Same with this side. Right foot, done. Now on this side it's even easier for the inside configuration. Really all you have to do then is just cut it. You don't even have to put the end caps on. Got this here, I'm just gonna cut it. Once again they say to singe the ends. We are on our way. Well, I'm gonna go take some more walks and see how I like them now that they're completely finished. But this is the final product. Now some people might be a little bit OCD about having one side different than the other, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stay like this and give them a shot long term. So we'll see what happens. All right, this is actually day 4 of using the Xpand Laces. I actually walked about 4 to 5 miles in them so far. And let me show you why I think this is a great product. Let's first talk about the outside configuration. I'm not real thrilled about this. It's just aesthetically, I'm not real thrilled about that. That kind of flops around, it doesn't look as good. But I have no problems other than that. This configuration I like a lot more. It's much cleaner looking. Now, the first time I took a walk, I was thinking, these are not digging at my feet like some people said they were, but eventually I had them digging my feet. Not while walking, but when actually playing with Bailey out in the backyard when I was just kind of standing there, I noticed it. But they don't always, so it might depend on the type of shoe you have, whether they're gonna actually dig into your foot or not. That's why you should do the configuration with loose tie before you cut it, because if you don't like on the inside, then you can do on the outside. I prefer the inside. The Xpand Laces basically turn your shoes into a slip-on shoe. They just slip off. They stretch when you're putting them in there and they snap back into place when you put it on. I'm very happy with these. I'm definitely gonna keep using them. I'm probably gonna convert my other shoes to these as well. For $8, I think it's actually a great deal. I'm not a salesman of this product. I don't have a stake in the company, but I do think it's a great product. All right, so I'm quite happy with these. I've walked probably, several miles, and they have not loosened up. I haven't had to adjust them. So far, so good. I'm quite pleased with the Xpand Laces. Let's take a look at the Eggy egg timer. Let's open this up. Okay. Some of the worst packaging ever. Absolutely atrocious. Terrible packaging. All right, so here we go. There it is. The claims are that it makes boiling easy. You just add eggs, water, and the timer. The color changes to indicate whether it's medium, hard, or soft boiled. Those who like it on Amazon said that it works well, great for hard-boiled eggs, easy to use, and has a cute design. Those who did not like it said it's not accurate. It broke easily, and some say it has a plastic odor that gets into the food. All right, I've got 3 eggs in here and the Eggy timer. Just gotta boil these. I'm gonna do 1 hard, 1 medium, 1 soft. Now, the instructions say that you're supposed to leave it in there to cool off in the water. Don't take it out of the water when it's still warm. Also, you're not supposed to put it in cold water when it's warm. So some people have said they've had some cracking issues with it. I wonder if some of those people maybe took it out of the water when they're supposed to leave it in the water. I don't know. Just a possibility. Well, I can read it when it's not boiling. Let's see how it goes when it is boiling. Soft is just a little white strip around the edge. Medium will be right to that medium line, and hard basically is completely covered up. We have motion already. It's almost to the soft line, and it hasn't even started boiling. But I'm gonna see what the Eggy egg timer tells me. I'm not gonna use my own instincts. I'm going with the Eggy instincts. The Eggy is actually moving. As it's just starting to boil, it says the soft should be done. That's what it's saying. Oh yeah, the soft is now completely covered, so I'm taking one out. Put a nice ice bath here for a little bit. Okay, I think we have a proper boil going on now. The medium is starting to get approached. We're approaching the medium now. I'm actually having a hard time seeing if medium's covered up or not. I might have to grab my my clongs and grab it real quick. Let's see what we got here. Okay, the medium's covered. I'm gonna grab it out of here. Medium's coming out into the ice bath. Very serious work here, very serious. It kind of looks a little bit egg-like just from this distance here, doesn't it? But their instructions show that it's almost completely white, so we shall see. I think that's it. That's what they kind of showed in their packaging, so I'm gonna take it out. Here we go. Into the ice water. Now you're supposed to turn this off and let that stay in there, because they say if you take it out, they could damage it or it could split. So we're gonna leave it in there until it completely cools off. So I'll let this cool for a little bit longer, and then we'll cut them open. All right, let's take the soft boiled egg and see how that turns out. Do I think this came out right? Do I have high hopes? I don't. It didn't seem like it was in long enough. We shall see. I don't think it cooked quite long enough. Oh yeah, look at that. That's not good. Come on now. I'm gonna say that's a no-go on the soft boil. I didn't think it was. It wasn't in there long enough. It was not in there long enough to me. So I don't know. I'm gonna say nope. That should not happen on a soft boiled egg. Nope. That's already disappointing. How about medium boiled egg? This one I have a little bit higher hopes for. The egg whites are cooked. That's always a good thing. They're not one of the easiest eggs to peel, but I got it peeled. Let's see what we got. I would say that's kind of medium, I guess. I think it's a medium. Not bad. Soft was a failure, medium was a success. Best 2 out of 3, I guess. All right, so the hard-boiled egg peeled a little bit better than the medium. Let's cut it open. Right, there we go. It looks good. Looks like the hard-boiled and the medium-boiled kind of came out okay. Soft-boiled, not so much. So, 2 out of 3, it's not bad. Someone in the comments did say that the soft-boiled weren't as accurate, and I would agree with that. But the hard and medium, they were accurate. Most people are going to use it for hard-boiled eggs, and for that, it does work. All right, I could not give up on the Eggy this quickly, so I've got it in there one more time. I'm going to try the soft-boiled egg, just the soft-boiled, one more time. What I'm going to do is let it go a little bit past the soft, because I went right up to the soft last time. I'm gonna have it almost between soft and medium and see if it's a little bit better this time. If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna give up. It's approaching the soft. Now at this point, I have to watch this kind of carefully because it's already at the soft mark. I'm just gonna let it go a little bit further. All right, it looks like it's kind of in between. I feel like I should take it out now. It's right in between the two. Egg is coming out into the ice bath. And once again, let it cool in the water per their instructions. Let's try it out. The egg literally cracked in half when I went to crack it open, so that might make it easier. Let's see. The whites are cooked, the inside is runny. I think a lot of people would think that's acceptable. So I think the Eggy actually works pretty well, especially for the medium and hard boil. Those were perfect the first time. Soft boil took me 1 extra attempt, but other than that, I think the Eggy actually works. These are anti-bee, anti-bug caps for beer cans and soda cans. I got a 4-pack of these for about $6. The claims are that it guards against bees, wasps, moths, roaches, other large bugs. It fits most standard cans, about 2.13 inches in diameter. Made in the USA, good for barbecues, pool parties, and camping. People who liked them said that it kept the bees out and worked as promised. Those who didn't said it didn't work. It only works on standard can sizes, so 5.4 centimeters or 2.13 inches. I was trying to get a few different types of cans, but a lot of them have different size can tops, so I can only use certain types. So basically what they do is they just have these slots in here so bugs can't crawl in, but you can still drink through it. Let me grab a can and see how it works. The instructions are pretty basic. It just says open beverage can, align with can brim, push toward can, and will snap on top of can. Before I go on, I have to admit that the first time I tried using this, I misread the instructions. I did not do it right. Everybody's human, right? But I read the instructions, but I did not read them properly. So I was thinking that I had to snap them on by pushing them. That was incorrect. So I actually messed up a can doing it the wrong way until I went back and looked at the instructions a little more carefully and realized they're supposed to slide on instead of snap on. It might seem like a small difference, but it made a big difference when you're using it. The difference between spending a few minutes trying to get it on there and possibly smashing a can versus it gliding on easily. So let me flash back to the first time I did it when I was doing it incorrectly. You can see what went wrong. So you just align it so these slots are where you drink at. Oh, I hope I don't spill. Maybe it's gonna take some trial and error, I don't know. It seems like it should just snap on there. All right, is aligned with the brim. And it's not snapping. Let me try it on this Red Bull here, because these are about the same size. Let's see. Ah, why was that so much easier? You know, now that this can's almost empty, I'm gonna try it a little more aggressively. All right, came off easily. All right, aggressive time here. I'm just gonna go quick. I have high hopes I'm gonna get it on just like that. Oh! Or not. All right, so that was pretty bad. Now here's how it looks when it's actually done properly. I will admit I was doing it wrong. So you're not supposed to snap it on, you're supposed to slide it forward. In the bright sunlight, I didn't read the instructions properly, so you're supposed to just slide it across this way, and it snaps on. Gee, it's amazing that it actually works when you do it right. I will take credit for doing it incorrectly. Quick timeout here. Sometimes the problem with filming in the park is you don't always get the right angle. I think I can do a better job of showing you up close how it actually works. All right, so you just got your can here. You make sure that the picture of the tabs line up with the tab and it just slides over. Very simple. Same with the black one. No problem. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. I'm gonna try placing this where some bugs might be and see if some flying insects try to get in there or not. But would you wanna put that in your mouth if a flying insect lands on it? I'm not really sure. All right, I'm gonna put it right here by this trash can. That makes it much more appetizing, doesn't it? Let's see which one draws a fly first. I'm just gonna kind of hang out here and see where the flies land. I have an update. I hear some flies at a different trash can, so I'm gonna move to a more happening trash can. Let me grab these. I'm actually looking for flies. How often does that happen? A very sanitary place to put your drinks, right? Why is it the one time I want flies around my drink, they won't come back? One of the things I like about living in Nevada is that we don't have a lot of bugs compared to some states like Florida. I was born in Florida, so I know about the bugs there. We do have scorpions though, and that's a whole different story. But I have had some bugs land on these, but of course the camera was never running. That's just my luck. But they did not go in there, but it makes you not really want to drink out of it knowing that they were walking around on it. So, I mean, it serves its purpose. I guess it keeps bugs out of there. You might want to just wipe it off before each use. I don't know. It wouldn't keep the small bugs out of here. It wouldn't keep ants. It wouldn't keep really small bugs, but it would keep bees out. And if you have an allergy to bees, that's probably the best case use for this. If you have a bee allergy, this would prevent them from falling in your drink and having an emergency. But overall, I actually think these work pretty well once I figured out how to put them on properly. I'm usually pretty good about reading instructions, but for some reason I read it one way even though it said something else. But once I got it figured out, they work quite nicely. Well, that's it. Let me rank these from number 6 down to number 1. I'm gonna say number 6 is the knife cleaner. I think that as is, it's not perfect. It depends on the silverware shape, the stuff that's on the silverware, your technique, it's all gonna vary. It's not foolproof. I do feel like if they made it so it was bendable and you could squeeze it, it would be a lot better. As is, I'm kind of on the fence if it's really useful or not. Number 5, I'm gonna go with a sofa stud. It certainly works as advertised. I'm not sure everybody's gonna find a use for this. Not all couches may facilitate it as well. If you have 2 people sitting there, it might be a little bit awkward. But if you have a couch that's not near a coffee table, not near an end table, and you're always having drinks with you, it might work for you. Number 4 is the Eggy egg timer. It was almost perfect. The medium and the hard were foolproof. The soft took a little bit of getting used to, but overall, I think it actually worked quite well. Number 3 is going to be the anti-bee, anti-bug can caps. They do say anti-bee in the description, and that seems to be the main use for it. And if you have a bee allergy, this would be a really good product for you. And people that don't like flying bugs also probably will find use for these as well. Number 2 is the Pop the Top. This is a great bottle opener. I don't open a lot of bottles at home, but when I do, I'm probably gonna reach for this one. It's already in my drawer, my normal bottle opener goes. Everybody at home thought it was a really neat idea. It works well. Pop the Top, an easy number 2, and that leads me to number 1, which is the Xpand Laces, which I think is a great product. I'm gonna keep using it. I've already recommended it to other people, and I'm probably gonna replace the laces on my other shoes with these. Xpand Laces, a very good product. If you've used any of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.